place of rumbling. It was believed the rumbling sound of the thunderstorms common in the area were the voices of the ancestral gods welcoming an offspring of divine rank. Today, Wahiawa is home to people of all socioeconomic and ethnic backgrounds. If you can spare some time, visit one of the many shops and restaurants in Wahiawa town and experience the hometown pride and aloha spirit displayed by its residents. Okay, we're heading into the land of pineapple. The Hawaiian word for pineapple is halakahiki, which means foreign fruit. It is believed that pineapple first originated in Paraguay or Brazil. Carried aboard 15th and 16th century trade ships, pineapple was soon found growing as far away as Mexico, Australia, China, and India. Christopher Columbus brought pineapples back from his travels in the New World, and it quickly became a gourmet fruit throughout Europe. No one knows exactly how or when pineapples first arrived here in Hawaii, but historians believe that a Spanish shipwreck in 1527 off the south coast of Kona on the Big Island brought tools, garments, and plants, including pineapples, from Mexico to Hawaii. Captain John Kidwell is credited with founding Hawaii's pineapple industry. In the 1880s, he imported and tested a number of varieties and selected the smooth cayenne variety for its cylindrical form and uniform texture. Most of the pineapple in Hawaii is grown at elevations below 3,000 feet. Good fruit quality is attributed to areas having a combination of relatively cool night temperatures, a high percentage of sunny days, and day temperatures ranging from 70 to 85 degrees Fahrenheit, which makes Wahiawa perfect for growing pineapple. Hold on to your hats. At times, it can get quite windy out here. Fortunately, wind is seldom a problem for pineapple because it grows close to the ground and the fruit is protected by its hard outer shell. Now, some of you may be wondering why the soil is reddish in color. Well, it's because the decomposed volcanic ash in the soil results in high amounts of oxidized iron, which in turn causes the reddish tint. The high iron content in the soil is good for growing pineapple. The red soil, however, is not so good on white clothing. Okay, let's take a short break and enjoy some music performed by local recording artist Manoa DNA. There. Okay, let's continue with our story of the pineapple. In Hawaii, pineapple is grown year-round. To prepare the field for planting, the soil is fumigated and covered with black plastic mulch. The plastic mulch serves a number of purposes. It confines the fumigant, helps hold in moisture, controls weeds and pests, and heats the soil to stimulate root growth. Once the field is prepared, the planting process begins. The green, leafy top of the pineapple, called the crown, is the preferred planting material used in Hawaii. Each crown is planted by hand. Using a spade-shaped tool, the planters dig a shallow hole through the plastic mulch. They then place the bottom of the crown directly in the hole. A skilled planter can plant over 10,000 pineapples a day, or nearly half an acre. To To irrigate the fields, a tube is placed between the rows of pineapple. When water is needed, it is dripped from the tubes directly onto the root. Fertilization is done by spraying a mixture of liquid nitrogen and iron directly on the plant. Harvesting, like planting, is also done by hand. The first crop, called a plant crop, takes about 20 months. The next crop, called the first ratoon, takes another 15 months. To harvest the pineapple, a crew of workers will walk through the rows of pineapple, twisting off the fruit and placing it on a boom conveyor. The fruit then moves along the conveyor to an infield harvester where the fruit is graded and packed in cartons. Even in the hot summer months, the workers must wear heavy clothing, gloves, and mesh goggles to protect themselves from the sharp, rigid leaves of the pineapple plant. After the last crop is harvested, the field is knocked down and a new cycle begins. So, how do you know when a pineapple is ready to be picked? Generally, you want to select a pineapple that is plump and fresh looking. In other words, the leaves and the crown should be fresh and green, and the body of the pineapple firm. Keep in mind though, a large pineapple doesn't necessarily mean the fruit will be better tasting or any riper than a smaller pineapple. Also, the color of the shell is not necessarily a sign of maturity or ripeness. A pineapple can be ripe when the shell is practically all green. Once the pineapple is picked, it'll not ripen any further or get any sweeter. So, the sooner they are eaten, the better. If you don't plan to use a fresh pineapple right away, store it in your refrigerator. It'll keep longer. Here's a little trivia for you. Did you know that pineapple is an excellent way to cap off a heavy meal? That's because fresh pineapples contain the enzyme bromelain, which is a natural digestive agent that breaks down protein. And for you aspiring chefs, here's a cooking tip. Use fresh pineapple in a meat marinade to add flavor and to help tenderize the meat. Besides being a tasty fruit, the pineapple is also regarded as a symbol of hospitality. Long ago, when the European colonists first traveled to North America, they brought pineapples with them, which they would place out on their porch, door, or entrance to their home. This was a symbol to their neighbors that their voyage is over, our door is open, food and drink for everyone. This tradition continued throughout the years, and to this day, the pineapple is seen as a symbol of hospitality, proudly displayed in residences and business establishments throughout the world. Whew, that's a lot of information. I think it's time for a musical interlude. Here's another song by the group Manoa DNA.
Standing in my feet, little things are paradise to me. Water and palm trees, kite in the sea. Come and visit paradise with me. She's calling to you, wherever you may be. Calling out to me. She's calling to you. Come to Hawaii and discover aloha.
Okay, if you haven't noticed, there's a large reservoir out here. It's called the Tanana Reservoir and was constructed in the early 1900s. The reservoir holds roughly 155 million gallons of water and is used to irrigate the pineapple fields and other agricultural crops in this area. Now, if anyone tells you about a two-headed swamp creature seen in the deep end of the reservoir, don't believe them. We haven't seen it. But, just in case, hold on to your loved ones until we're safely back at the station. So now we know a little bit more about pineapple and how it's grown and harvested. But who was responsible for developing the pineapple industry into what it is today? Does the name Dole sound familiar? James Drummond Dole arrived in Hawaii in 1899. The following year, he bought a 61-acre tract of land right here in Wahiawa, where he established his first pineapple plantation. James Dole wasn't the first person to grow pineapple in Hawaii, but he was certainly the most influential. Early on, James Dole knew that there would be a huge market for pineapple outside of Hawaii. However, the only logical way to reach this market was to pack and seal the pineapples in cans. As a result, in 1901, James Dole built a pineapple cannery here in Wahiawa, which marked the start of the Hawaiian Pineapple Company. Several years later, in 1907, the cannery was relocated to Honolulu Harbor, closer to the labor pool, shipping ports, and supplies. The Honolulu Cannery, at one time the world's largest cannery, remained in operation until 1991. As the demand for pineapple grew, so did the need for more land. So, in 1922, James Dole bought the island of Lanai and converted it from a cactus-covered island with 150 people into the largest pineapple plantation in the world. For nearly 70 years, Lanai, known as the Pineapple Island, operated as a pineapple plantation. In its heyday, the tiny island of Lanai supplied nearly 75% of the world's pineapple. By the 1930s, Hawaii was known as the pineapple capital of the world, and James Dole, the Pineapple King.